yeah, we're playing some downtown drop today. So yeah, let's go. Let me move this.
And Pete, the tree tells him, a face smiling. His wife jumps in alarm, yet Arthur knows that it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
friends
go.
with this tree.
Okay, yeah, we're wearing Greg today
being
again.
on 2 legs, picking up Arthur and flying away. Loki, in this
so sub for an A+ on your next test, or whatever your grading system is.
Up to the celestials above him. Is this all there is?
And a cookie.
Are you the gods above us? Are these the beings that plot and scheme and pull the strings of fate? The being reaches forward, its massive hand pointing. Loki turns and is shown a black mirror. He leans in. If these beings have written his destiny, then it is within their power to show him his future. He stares at the mirror, the laughter suddenly erupting from his lips. So that's the way it goes. He turns back to the cosmic beings, wishing them a fond farewell, and he steps through the portal knowing when he's beat. Back at the quarry of the gods, the stones that Loki left behind have faded and turned to ash. The heroes turn as another portal opens and the trickster reemerges. He offers the stones back as he has no more use. There are no tricks done. Loki then turns back to the Asgardian ship that is waiting for him. Falawa, his chronicler, has been waiting for him aboard. The two float away to Omnipotent City. But back inside of the Soul Gem universe, the battle continues. The Soldier Supreme facing off against Requiem, but now the Gamora stones are useless. They're falling inert to the ground. Rogers uses his strength and magic to rain blows upon Gamora, knocking her into the waiting jaws of Devondra. She is then saved by Arthur in a flying tree. Adam Warlock doesn't understand how do the stones no longer work. Luckily, Emma and her team return armed with working Infinity Stones. The only way to stop this now is to separate the entwined souls, restoring the normal universe and escaping the Soul Gem universe that has been created. Steven Rogers steps forward as he won't allow them to destroy his world. Yes, they are created from two individuals being merged together, but in this universe, individuals such as the Soldier Supreme and Steven Rogers himself have their entire lives behind them. Entire histories created. This is a universe unto itself now. We shouldn't just wipe one out to save another. He believes that he can copy the warped reality, but then Devondra will continue to be a constant threat. Except the Hulk isn't done leaping forward into the space to actually create a planet. Devondra screams in rage as it's sucked in itself. Scott Lang stares on it. Science is the strongest universe. Hulk smiles. Now armed with the Soul Gem, Adam Warlock begins to unfuse the buried worlds. Groot and Star-Lord are separated, as is Drax the Destroyer in his original identity, Arthur Douglas. The team now begins to create a new reality, a blank slate for the heroes of the warp reality to live. Emma uses her powers to erase everyone's memories of the Soul Gem universe and the things that transpired. This task complete, Adam Warlock begins to copy everything back into the normal universe. But they must move quickly. The Hulk's black hole is to break down the Soul Gem, but there isn't enough time.
How do you find the Jonesy? I know where it is, but like, just find it. I don't get what really means by that.
And now that there are two portals, Adam Warlock is able to save both the warp universe and their home. The world of the Soul Gem is to die around them, and someone must hold those portals open so that everyone can escape. Drax and Arthur close their eyes. They know their fate. The final thank you to his friends. Warlock uses the Soul Gem to protect the rest of them. Like through the portal. The Soul Gem protects them as they pour through the dimensional barriers and paradoxes. And with a mighty explosion, the heroes arrive back on Earth. Vondra's universe obliterated behind them. Gamora is the first to awaken, staring at Infinity Stones before hanging her head in shame. Violet and Moondragon awaken, leaping forward to attack the being who destroyed their world. Star-Lord leaves to protect his friend, but this Gamora didn't destroy anything. They saved the world from complete destruction. Heroes once again begin to argue over the stones, and finally Adam Warlock picks up the Time Stone, freezing the heroes around him. They use the stone's powers, using it to rewrite this familiar tale. At first, Warlock doesn't know what to do.
What do you mean,
Everyone
brother?
was wielding the Infinity Stones had been undone by their own choices and decisions. Perhaps I shouldn't decide. Maybe they should. Time continues, and the heroes are suddenly watching Warlock holding the stones. Gamora is no longer with them. You see, Adam Warlock used the stones to send her to the place where she would do the most good. The stones have now each been given a soul of their own. They are sentient and will write their own destinies. In the crackle of energy, the stones all fly away, vanishing into the universe. The stones gone, the battle is ended. Violet and Moondragon fly away to find their place in this universe. Scott Lang wants to know if anyone wants to share it. But fear not, my dear listeners. Heroes of the Warp Universe continue to exist, forming a team to defend their world in a quiet suburban neighborhood. Arthur Douglas lives his life with his wife, and on a barren world somewhere in the galaxy, more into the glare of the sun. His name is Magnus. And he asks her how she got here.
Okay, we have to go to the...
Red Sun. There you have it. Infinity Wars / Warps is concluded with the end of that part, and the Marvel moved on, did a bunch of other storylines. Overall, I thought Infinity Wars / Warps was a fun storyline, but it was totally convoluted. It was just too much was happening. And if you look into the timeline in which Jerry Jubin's Guardians of the Galaxy went down, it looks like this was supposed to be a Guardians of the Galaxy finale. I have no evidence of that other than my own theories. But my theory is that he
well, honestly, only ever been third and second, I've only been first.
And Marvel said, oh, we can make that so much bigger. Make it bigger. That's just my theory. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below about that theory. Now, if you want to chat more with me about comic books and video games, consider joining me over at twitch.tv/eligible monster. About every night in a couple mornings, I go live playing various video games, or we also host all of our podcasts live over there. You can watch those on Mondays and Thursdays, so I really appreciate the support as we try to branch more into the live streaming world with the proper platform of the, well, not proper, but either way, the live streaming world, you know what I'm saying. Either way, man, thank you guys so much.
That's good. Okay, alright. We can get second. Get first, maybe? Wait, was I just in second?
Welcome to War Complete Stories. We go over trade paperbacks and single issues, and we break them down into digestible bites. And then we read as your back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by the respective companies. This is one of the most requested stories here at the channel. Today, we're going to finally go over the Marvel Civil War. Now keep in mind that this story is massive, and we're only going to be covering the core 7 issues of the plotline. If you want to go much deeper and have a much more in-depth look at this storyline, please go visit our friend over at Comics Explained, as he dives so much deeper into the whole thing. Things begin not with Iron Man and Captain America, but with the New Warriors, the reality TV show. You see, the New Warriors are the first superhero team to bring a reality TV show crew with them as they catch the baddies and make the world safe for civilians. They crack the jokes and they make for some good television. But this isn't a game. These kids don't seem to realize that as Namorita tackles Nitro into a school bus as the children in the playground look on. But Nitro looks at Namorita. You guys aren't used to real villains, and you're playing with the big boys now. And then he explodes right next to the school, killing close to 900 people, all the children in the school included. Every superhero in the area came to aid the relief efforts, and the tragedy struck the entire nation.
How do you get this?
This is all the costume vigilantes' fault. They think they can just run around and do whatever they want because they're in costumes.
The Rex or the
After attending the mass funeral
I'm just
for
gonna
all
wear
of
the
those lost,
flex.
a woman spits in Tony Stark's face, calling him a filthy piece of crap. And when he tried to deny being involved with the New Warriors' activity, she just yelled at him for financing the Avengers and telling kids for years that they can live outside of the law as long as they're wearing tights. As she's carried away, she yells at him for funding this sickness with his billions. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm, also known as the Human Torch, is trying to enjoy a night out when a bunch of angry civilians corner him in a back alley, calling him a baby killer. He tries to defend himself by telling them that he has nothing to do with the New Warriors. But then he takes a bottle to the head, knocking him out cold. The mob then begins to beat on him until he needs to be hospitalized. Due to angry mobs, angry politicians, and some confused superheroes, the government decides to take the matter into their own hands, and they're going to attempt to pass a law, one that will require all superheroes to reveal their real identities. And once they do so, they will all work for S.H.I.E.L.D. as paid federal employees. They'll get paychecks, health benefits, and actual jobs.
That's friggin' easy, dude.
Reveal their secret identities.
The
superheroes are divided by the idea, with Reed Richards and Iron Man both thinking that this would be a great idea. This is a wake-up call, and all of these other superheroes are lucky that the public has put up with them hiding behind these masks for this long. But Spider-Man arrives in a new Iron Spider suit of armor that Tony Stark made for him before this story began. And he tells all of them his opinion, that this is a horrible idea. If everyone knows what his identity is, what's going to keep villains from attacking his family? Regardless of what the government decides, though, Daredevil just tells everyone, this is the end of their way of life as they know it. Meanwhile, on the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, Maria Hill, the current director of S.H.I.E.L.D., is having a discussion with Captain America. She explains that this is going to happen. It's going to move in 2 weeks, and it could be as little as a month before they actually pass it. And we're going to need to deal with this. And Captain America just looks at her. Excuse me? Are you asking me to arrest people who risk their lives every day of the week? And Maria coldly looks back at him. No, I'm asking you to obey the will of the American people, Captain. Don't you start playing politics with me. Superheroes need to be above all of that, unless you're going to start telling us the identity of the supervillains. But Maria stands her ground. She tells the guards to get ready. Are you with us or against us, Captain? So Captain America gives the men one shot. Put down your guns, men. Maria shouts, tranquilizers, now! Captain America begins to knock the soldiers over, and he grabs one of them as a human shield against all of the trank darts. He then runs towards the windows, knocking out everyone as he goes, and he leaps out of the shield helicarrier. He quickly steers himself to a nearby jet, and he rides on top of it like it's a surfboard. With Captain America publicly against the bill being passed, the protesters begin to stage outside of the White House, demanding that this bill get passed now. So Mr. Fantastic, Yellow Jacket, and Iron Man all tell the president that they will kill Captain America. Things begin to move swiftly, long into the night, with superheroes such as Tony Stark backing. Identities are being revealed to the public, and the public appears to be happy that they can trust their superheroes again. Tony Stark sits up high in his tower, wondering if they've even done the right thing.
Why am I just
While S.H.I.E.L.D. begins to pick up any superhero stragglers who refuse to sign up. But Captain America has built a rebellion, and they are using their powers to rescue anybody that S.H.I.E.L.D. picks up. He's building his own rebellious army. Two of the oldest friends in the Marvel Universe, Tony Stark, the Iron Man, and Steve Rogers, Captain America, are at odds, and they can't agree, and each insists that they are right. So Tony decides to up the ante, and he calls a press conference where he's invited Spider-Man. Spider-Man is very well known among the superhero community, but his identity has always been a closely guarded secret. That is until today when he unmasks himself on stage to show the world, to show the other superheroes, to show Steve Rogers that this is okay. Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and the whole world knows this now. But this does nothing to convince Captain America to stop, and he forms what he calls the Secret Avengers. They go out to stop crimes wherever they can find them, while Iron Man insists that he'll put a stop to this.
Shit start, but
so he comes up with a plan, and he tricks Captain America and his team, and they put out a fake panic signal claiming to be a chemical factory that is about to burn down. But Iron Man isn't here to fight. Once Captain America shows up, he offers Captain America and his team amnesty if they just agree to come with Tony to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. Spider-Man even jumps in stating that this is crazy. They shouldn't be fighting each other. They should be fighting against the bad guys. So Captain America agrees to give Iron Man 5 minutes. 5 minutes to explain the whole thing to him once again. And he reaches out to shake Iron Man's hand. And when Iron Man takes his hand and begins to shake it, Cap has slipped an EMP mine into it. Iron Man hits the ground, and the superhero known as Goliath grows to his largest size, and the superheroes begin to fight it out. Every superhero goes against each other. Former friends, former family, former teammates. None of that matters now. All of the other superheroes don't even matter at all. The only thing that matters is the fight between Captain America and Iron Man. Iron Man quickly throws Captain America through a wall, and he punches him in the kidneys. His armor has been programmed to know every one of Captain America's moves, and he uses that to destroy the Cap. But before anybody can come to Captain America's aid, Thor arrives on the scene. But this isn't the Thor that we all know and love. That Thor died at an earlier event. This Thor is a cloned robot created by Reed Richards. And this fake Thor begins to swing his hammer and decimate Captain America's team. Everyone notices that something isn't right. This fake Thor is insanely overly brutal. But while fake Thor is beating the tar out of Cap's team, Iron Man blows up the building that he's battling Captain America in. And just before a car crushes a horribly injured Cap, Falcon swings in and grabs him, and he begins to shout for Cloak to teleport them all out of here. So Goliath decides that he'll be the one to hold off fake Thor while the rest of the team gets to Cloak to be teleported. But fake Thor shoots a lightning bolt right through Goliath, killing him instantly. Everyone stops what they're doing. They look on in horror as their little civil war has now killed one of their own. Captain America and his team warp out using Cloak's teleportability, and Spider-Man looks on in horror at the body of Goliath. Tony, I thought you said you had this under control. Both sides are divided by this one act. Some, like Spider-Man and Hank Pym, begin to ask themselves, is this what they signed up for? To clone a god to kill their friends? While Captain America's team begins to question their leader. Are they trying to fight for the old way of things? Maybe this is just an old man clinging on to his old way of life? Is Captain America just unable to get with the times? Heroes begin to defect from Tony's side to go to Cap's side, while some from Cap's side begin to defect to Tony's side. Some of them just say the hell with all of this, and they strike out on their own, waiting for this to resolve itself. But there are two important events that come out of Goliath's death. First, Sue Richards decides to leave Reed for making such a monster of that Thor clone. She can't be with someone who would make something that would kill their friends. And Peter Parker decides that he's going to get Tony to stop this. He can't support Tony Stark's initiative anymore if their friends are dying. So he goes to Tony's tower to try to get Tony to come to his senses. But Tony just tells him that this is for the good of everyone. And he's very disappointed in Peter for deciding to switch sides. The two of them fight it out, but eventually Peter gets out of the tower and he flees through the sewers heavily injured. He would have died there if Frank Castle the Punisher didn't rescue him and bring him to Captain America's team to get medical attention. With everyone switching sides, Tony Stark has a prison in the negative zone built to hold the superheroes who are trying to fight against this. And this is exactly what Captain America wants. All of the superheroes who are against the Superhero Registration Act in one location. So he gets his entire team into the negative zone prison. Except Tony Stark is already there with his own team. And he tells Cap that he just walked into another trap. But Cap just says, "Oh, you're double agent? We knew about her." And just then, Hank Pym removes his hood and changes back into Hulkling, one of the young Avengers who can shapeshift. Reed realizes that if Hulkling was able to mimic Hank's voice, then every cell in this negative zone prison is unlocked, and Cap now has every superhero that Tony ever captured on his side. Both teams look at each other and they realize this is going to be one hell of a fight. The teams begin to beat each other into the ground, and Maria Hill of S.H.I.E.L.D. decides to take this opportunity to just lock everybody into the negative zone. She'll lock up every superhero into this dimension, and that'll just end all of the problems. But Cloak sees this coming, and he uses everything in his ability to teleport every single person out of the negative zone and into the middle of New York City. The two teams begin to battle it out with each other, flying through buildings, tearing apart the streets, and flipping buses. The police try their best to get all of the civilians to safety while there are no superheroes here to save the day, because all of the superheroes are busy beating the tar out of each other. Spider-Man is too busy battling with Reed Richards. Sue is too busy battling against Taskmaster. Hercules is too busy destroying the Thor robot. There's just no one here to save the day this time, and countless citizens are getting injured as a consequence of this massive battle. Captain America eventually stands over a defeated Tony Stark. With Tony's armor broken and cracked, he tells Cap to finish this. Captain America realizes that after all of this, he needs to end this. He's ready to end this. And just then, the civilians jump on him, yelling, "Stop! Hold him down!" they cry. And Cap just yells out, "We're trying to help you!" While another stranger just says, "Help who? You're destroying our city." And that's when Cap sees the damage. He sees what they've done, and how they've done nothing more than cause a worse problem than supervillains. He cries out for everyone to just stop this now. And everyone looks at him. He holds his hands out to the police and tells them, "You aren't arresting Captain America. You're arresting Steve Rogers." And he turns himself in. The Civil War ended with that. The Registration Act stayed in place for some time while Tony Stark was made the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sue Richards returned to Reed, though there remained some animosity between them. Spider-Man just went back to being Spider-Man, though the world knew who he was. Now before I go, I want to comment on a couple of things, because this is an old story and most of this stuff has been already altered to be back to the way it was before. No one knows who Spider-Man is anymore in the current timelines, due to the fact that we had a brand new day story arc that everyone hates, but it got rid of that. And the Registration Act seems to have just disappeared one day. It pretty much just got written out eventually. And Captain America isn't in prison any longer either. He's currently an old man who's lost his ability to be a super soldier. Like I said, this is an old story, but we did need to do it to complete our Marvel chronological story arc order that I've been trying to create. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please give the video a like, and let me know in the comments down below what's the next Marvel story arc you want us to do. Now don't forget, we're also on Twitter @ComicStorian, and we run a video game channel known as Eligible Mouse, where you can get gaming variety stuff. Also don't forget, we have a subreddit now known as r/ComicStorian. Go there to find all of your latest Comic Storian videos. I'm Benny, and I'll see you guys next time right here.
I was just got into a match. It's funny you know Phil. You know what? We're going squads Phil, because why the shit not, mate? Might try to find some cool people.
Welcome to the Complete Story series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues, and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you, giving weird voices to the characters and turning it into a motion movie where I get to pretend I'm giving you a cartoon. Today, we're going to be bringing you the beginning of the new Avengers team. They're finally together again, and this is my favorite incarnation of the Avengers in a very long time. So today we're going to bring you issues 1 through 3, and I'll explain what's happening next at the end of the video.
No.
Enjoy! 1 million years ago, 7 heroes were tasked to save the Earth from ultimate destruction. Agamotto, the first sorceress, Starbread, the Cosmic Hulk, the Rider, the Panther, Iron Fist, Phoenix. They were all led by the All-Father, Odin of Borsen. Odin lifts his mug shouting, "Here's to all endings and to good deaths for us all." And Phoenix asks, "Is this really the time for drinking?" Odin wipes his mouth and he says, "I imagine your 2 eyes work better than my 1, in which case 'tis a very good time." The Rider yells, "We've killed one of these things before. The spirit of vengeance does not fear, neither does his rider." Agamotto tells him the one that we fought was weakened, infected with something. Even the Sorcerer Supreme still cannot explain. These new ones are not. They know what was done to their compatriot. Odin goes back to fill his mug and Phoenix asks, "Is the vaulted Allfather of Asgard not even going to fight?" Odin turns back shouting, "Odin Borsen has never walked away from a fight in his entire
Hello, new
immortal
viewer.
life. I shall
For me, I
fight.
think.
Till I have
I don't
drenched
know,
the
I
battlefield
see.
with every last drop of my holy blood, I shall fight. And then, once it's all laid to waste, my spirit will
hi.
fly to us in the
Connor.
void, and we will make love in the ashes of infinity for 1,000,000 years. We will build creation." Phoenix leaves, stating that that is a fine
CB12 is your
idea, or
channel
perhaps
name.
they'll simply
Second
kill
channel.
everything that dares stand in their way. Be it a man or god or giants from the stars, they will kill it with fire. As Phoenix flies into battle, Odin takes Mjolnir and sighs, stating,
yes,
"God, I
Quad
love
Launcher.
that woman. Come, Mjolnir.
ages since
Ragnarok
I've
awaits."
been
The rider hops on his mammoth, laughing, shouting, "Hiya! We ride!" And thus, the first and the last fight with the first celestial host had begun. Now, in the current day, Thor, Tony Stark, and Steve Rogers toast with Steve stating, "To the good old days, to the Avengers." And he asks, "Really? You couldn't even get through 1 drink before you mentioned the A word?" Thor slams his mug down, stating, "I was already through with my drink. Bartender, another!" Steve says, "I don't know. It feels like it's been 1,000,000 years since I've said it. Or more than that, felt it." Tony begins to play with his tiny umbrella, telling him, "I'm just happy to feel anything at all, because I was in a coma and all." Steve says, "I get it. You're in a coma for what, a few weeks? Try being trapped in ice for the first 40 Super Bowls." Thor sighs, telling him, "I once broke into my father's private cask house, and I drank myself into a stupor that lasted 9 moon turns. I thought about doing it again, but every time I reach for a Mjolnir, that isn't there. And it's not like I can even lift it if it
Yeah,
were."
Connor.
Tony sits back, telling him, "We make quite a trio. Hydra Cap,
Can you
Coma
hear
Tony,
me?
and
Are you sure
unworthy
you can
Thor."
hear me?
Steve looks at Tony and tells him,
Yeah,
"You know what
I
we need?
literally
We
just
gotta put it all
said,
back together."
hi,
Tony
Connor.
says, "Look, we aren't as special as we once were. I can list 20 names of people that are better suited for this sort of thing at this point." Thor slams his mug down again, telling him, "As the stars of my purpose, it must be us. It needs to be us. Now more than ever. We 3 need one another, and we cannot run from that." Tony snaps his umbrella, yelling, "What? Are we just gonna sit around and wait for a startling new calamity to suddenly..." Just then, Tony's AI program, Motherboard, radios in that they're sorry to be that AI, but his satellites are detecting multiple energy fluctuations in
friggin'
a
RPG's voice.
massive fluctuations. Ludicrously massive, actually. All of unknown origin. Steve grabs his shield and he says, "That settles it.
No loot, sorry,
Avengers up!" But Tony cuts him off, telling him, "If you say those words, you're picking up Thor's tab." "All right, which way, Motherboard?" Motherboard says, "Roughly 200 miles straight up." Meanwhile, 200 miles straight down, Doctor Strange follows closely behind T'Challa, the Black Panther, stating that this is an impressive dig site. "But I was hoping that I was not summoned with archaeology in mind." T'Challa tells him that it is not the ancient remains in these caves that he felt warranted his attention. It's the fresh ones. Doctor Strange shines his light on the ground to see a decomposing body and says, "Ah, you try seems bad." T'Challa points his light onto a wall with crude carving, stating that this is what these archaeologists discovered, emitting an incredible amount of cosmic radiation. Burn them alive.
It's not
and then
music,
somehow completely
mate. It's
disappear.
like, I'm listening
That's what I
to
need.
Comic Story and
Doctor Strange looks at the
best
markings, all
channel
symbolizing
if you want to
the
listen
emblems
to
of
bloody
the current
comics.
age
But
period, stating,
basically, like,
"Glory hosts of Hogg.
cheaper
The
version
magic
of
is here. It was
a free
Agamotto.
version of
The spells
audiobooks.
here are ancient, and as for the thing that they are meant to guard, it is quite large. Something its fear still stains the walls." T'Challa focuses his light in one of the holes in the wall.
Like someone is reading manga for me.
At least 600 meters long by his estimates. So the question then becomes, where did it go?
It's not Rex, mate. His name's Greg, but yes, I do have the dinosaur hat.
The deeper that we go, the closer we are
With the hat. I honestly forgot I had the cap
I've
on.
seen this movie before. This is one of those things that blows up in our faces and we go blundering in. These
Ooh.
T'Challa tells them that there are no Avengers. The symbols on the wall date back to the Stone Age. Both of theirs are among them. Whatever is happening, they're already involved. T'Challa then jumps into one of the
It doesn't say you're like watching my stream for some reason. I don't know why. Please, Boombo, I'll get rid of my quad launcher before I tell
Also, at this time, up in space,
What?
Alpha Flight begins their investigation of the anomaly appearing in space that must be detected. As Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, flies close to one, she begins to notice something inside the station. Sound every mobile alarm they have. That's when
I really wish there was something else. My favourite Fortnite skin. Where the hell did he go? The shit? Oh, it's probably Purple Hybrid. Actually, no, Camel's TP. This guy, dude. One for just trick shot, trick shot, trick shot, trick shot, trick shot. Oh, I actually got him! No freaking way, dude! What do you mean, no? Oh, Jesus. Ah, he's dead. That was... So I told you I'm lucky with this crap. I didn't expect to actually do that, bro. He didn't have any friggin' materials, dude. I didn't want to fire my rocket launcher because otherwise I would have died too. So, I didn't.
From hell to repossess the car, go right ahead. But if you think you're going to come here and lay a hand or claw or whatever on my family, then you're going to have some hell of your own to pay. Back in New York along the...
Wait, do you actually... Wait, Connor, do you actually make videos? Before I shut you out?
Judge and destroy entire worlds here. Carol pulls himself out from under part of the celestial body, stating, "Hey there, looks like it picked a good time to get the band back together, Tony." Everyone runs it over. Tony asks, "Did you just kill that thing?" And Carol tells him, "No, it was dead when it came out of the portal. All I did was keep it from landing on Times Square. There's no time to stand around there. There's dozens more falling from the sky, and we need to stop them all. All across the world, the bodies of dead
yeah.
fall from space."
Oh, okay. How many subscribers do you have before I shut you out? I don't know why.
Tony begins to shoot up. He asks one mind-boggling question. If the Celestials are all powerful, then what the hell is strong enough to kill them? As Thor shoots off into the sky, he bounces off of something and Steve tells him, "I'm pretty sure that question is Celestial is known as the final host." Tony asks Steve if there's anything else he'd like to add before they do this. And Steve pulls his mask down, telling him, "Only one thing comes to mind.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Okay, yeah, you can get a shout out. Yeah, okay, guys, shout out to CB12. Subscribe to him and also his second channel. He is, So, okay, gonna medkit up because. No! Oh my god! Don't you friggin' dare finish me, you spack. Oh, this is how friggin' ended. Oh wait, he killed him! No way! You're a friggin' legend, dude.
My car would shut the hell up, but now this giant basement falling in the sky and crazy super roaches trying to eat my bones and wow.
I'm just kind of streaming right now, so I can't really. Come on, dude. Come on, friggin' legend. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend, Valora.
That's not true. Pretty sure I made a mistake. The final host smacks Thor away, and Carol catches him asking, "Is
what are you
anyone
doing, you
this place a
spack?
god?" As Thor flies back into the fight, Carol goes on stating, We've done a pretty good job, but I've dealt with Celestials before and lived to fill out the paperwork. Just then there's a loud boom as a pod lands in front of her.
Nah, dude, nah, man, I got...
Hopefully these Omega-level warp grenades attuned to the coordinates of the sun will do the trick. But back over with Robbie Reyes, he's beginning to realize that making his car hit a hometown Jennifer Walters is a very, very bad idea. Because now he's dealing with
Yeah, sure.
Back to Tony and Carol, they get ready to set off the grenades on the final host when they see Steve and the Quinjet distract.
Charlie, did you not realize that we aren't friends anymore?
Steve in the process. Everyone runs in to try and save him,
But,
out of
yeah,
nowhere, the
I don't
Celestial
know.
that teleported Jennifer away gets up and punches one of the final hosts. Now, if you think back to the whole Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes moment with She-Hulk, you would assume that he's probably getting beat senselessly by Jennifer Walters. And, you'd be right. Just as Robbie thinks that he has her contained, the two begin to feel a rumble and the ground splits open, just as it did in front of Robbie's house. Robbie tells Jennifer that he knows that she probably doesn't want a friend right now, but by the looks of these bugs, we might want to reconsider our actual friendship for a bit. However, back in New York, the Celestial that attempted to save Steve finds himself with his neck at the end of a sight held by the Steve shouts to Carol to use the grenade to send him off with those things. She tells him, we're gonna have to get him cleared before, but before she can finish, Fergal tells her she's hit with a paralyzing blast and a familiar voice calls out. Loki floats down stating, I see you have met my new friends, the final host. Don't
I'm
mind
out
me,
of friggin'
I'm
that
just here to lend a helping hand as we avenge the greatest rock of all time. And to correct the grievous mistake made 1 million years ago, there will be salvation for global extinction, and it begins now. But while
I'll be
Loki
on
has
4
now
HP if I get hit with a friggin'
back
rocket
on the
launcher.
highway, Robbie Reyes and Jennifer finish off the last of the punks. Robbie sneaks in, back again. He tells her, we can still a bunch of that makes her right.
So what? How? What?
Calling out to her, and she yells,
I'm not accepting that shit. That's not bloody impossible. Friggin' spec. I'm sorry.
The scariest part about this whole thing is she
Dude, what are you doing? You literally just made me die. Oh my god, I didn't get it. Nice, a little bit. Oh wow. Great. Okay, we're going to leave now because I have to go to bed for some shit reason.
I don't know, I was just doing this while he's upstairs, and then we can chat.
Time's over.
Yeah,
I'm sure you will. You're the Avengers after all. But believe me, when the final hosts are finished here, there will be nothing left in this world to avenge. Loki begins to bring the warp grenades closer, with Steve telling him that he has a better idea, and he manages to reach for his shield and throw it at him.
Okay, guys.
Before Loki can get his hands on the grenade,
Now
Steve
we're gonna sort out a thingy for us, right, guys? We're gonna sort
Why
out.
can't I get it now?
We're asking, where did they go? Carol tells them that if the warp grenades work like they should, they just popped into the sun. Down at the center of the Earth, though, if you remember,
Yeah, it's probably Aiden who just let the video.
Fighting back the unending swarm of bugs, with Doctor Strange asking, "Is it me?"
Did not hear what he said to
Getting
this.
strong. T'Challa telling him, "It's not just
Did not hear what he
the
said
power
to
levels
Courtney
are
today.
rapidly expanding. They've tapped into a new energy source and they're
Made him
feeding off the
cry.
sun. This is a lost cause, so use that magic to get us out of here. Hold
You
the
know
wall up as
what,
long as I can." Doctor Strange tells him,
so-
"You know I'm not going to leave you behind, so you better figure out a better." But
Because
just then the cave
very
begins to
uneasy at the
tremble
moment.
and Doctor
That's why I
Strange
can't
shouts,
get
"You know what?
Really
I'm
weird.
taking
It's
it back.
proper, like,
I'm
thrown me off.
definitely
The whole
leaving you."
the whole
T'Challa
thing
says, "Wait,
proper thrown
what
me
did that
off.
sound?" A few
Really
seconds
weird
later,
how
the
it does
roof
it.
of the cave splits open
again,
with
it's
Ghost Rider and She-Hulk
amazing.
coming barreling in. Robbie says, "Hey, where are you guys?" Maybe elsewhere. Steve slowly begins to wake up, and as he looks around, he asks, "What's happening?" Loki tells him, "Wake up, you better want to see
Right, I'm
this."
streaming
It's not
here, I
understanding
swear,
you get to see a
man.
star from the inside. Steve says, "Wait,
Okay,
where
I'm
it
gonna
says
end the
sun
stream
out."
here.
He said, "Yes, well, you're quite welcome."
I don't really have anything
Lucky
to
for
really
you,
say,
Quentin
it's
was
just
the
really
murderer
bad,
source
so
of my calendar.
how
Not that there
how
are
about
many
we
other
just do
sorcerers
this? So
of
like
my
maybe I'll just end it so it's like